Hello and welcome to BierTier, the German engineer. Today we're back with INFRASPACE and I have a lot planned for today. We need to expand our base quite drastically. So without any further ado, I would say let's just jump right into it and see how that works out for us. And here we are. This is what our base currently looks like. Just as a little reminder, it has been quite a while since we've played this game last time. Over here we have our habitats. They show on the number what level they are. Over here we have our simple farms and our atmosphere processors. This is how we get food, oxygen and carbon. Over here, this is our spaceport. The spaceport just provides us with new colonists. Right over here we have the research lab and the blue science pack factory. Currently only one. We will have to expand that quite drastically in just a second. This provides us with research, to be more specific, with blue research. Later on we will get green research, and I don't know if there are any other colors. I honestly don't, but we will find out soon. Right over here in this area we have our construction material storage. It currently stores concrete and steel. Right beside it we have our steel mills, and over here on this side we have our concrete factories. Those are just feeding in there, and that storage here is global. If we click between the two, there is no difference, so it kind of just teleports between each other, I guess. I honestly don't know exactly how it works. It may not be implemented into the game yet. Over here we have our iron ore factories, or better to say our iron mines. We will produce raw iron, put it into our steel mills, and put it also into our blue science pack factory because it requires iron ore and carbon to create blue science packs. Over in this direction, we have two electronics factories right here. We also will have to expand that quite drastically. And on this side, we have sand mines as well as sulfur mines. And last but not least, in the very back here, we are also getting us some copper from our copper mines. So this is what our base currently looks like, and I think it is time to get started with more research. Let's take a look into the research overview. In here we can see we have already researched farming, electronics and steel production, and currently we are trying to get us some green science. So that is what we need. You can see here solar panels, for example, require blue science as well as green science. That is exactly what we are trying to get to, and more stuff will unlock as soon as we upgrade more of our habitats and we get upgraded to a small town, and further down the line to a large town, to a city, and to a planetary capital. But we are quite a ways from that. Let me just put it this way. So I say let's get started and grab us some blue science pack factories, and we're just gonna plop them down over here. That is the first thing that I want to do. And next thing to know is up here in the top left we have a bunch of overviews. The most important one, in my opinion at least, is the production overview. If you look into here, we can see that we are currently producing 15 carbon, but we are consuming 25.5. These here need quite a lot of carbon, so we need to produce more of that. That is a good moment to come over here and let's find it. It should be in here. Yup, atmosphere processor. And the atmosphere processor once again is producing carbon, so we're just gonna plop down 4 more of those just right up here. Those will not work without power, so let's take a look in our power overview, and we need to find a power pole. And the power poles are kind of weird right now. The game is still in development, so I don't think it's fully and properly implemented yet. So yeah, it will look a little bit odd, but that's just what it is. There's nothing we can do about it. If we now take a look into our overview, now we are producing 30 and we're using 25.5. Perfect. That is exactly what that should look like. On the bottom left, we can see we have a population of 220 and we have 166 shops. We can also see our power consumption. We can see our total housing that we have. So we have a housing of 220 and a population of 220, which means we are full to the brim. Not a single new person can move in. We also can see our concrete as well as our steel. But yeah, that's not really that important right now. What we need to do is we need to build more habitats so more people can move in. We are expanding the space here quite drastically, so we can use every worker that we can get in here. So let me build this here and then we take a look at it. And now our new line of habitats is built. They're now getting deliveries. Let's take a look here of oxygen and survival food. When they get that, they will upgrade to a level 2 habitat. And at that point, they require home appliances, which of course we don't have yet. While I was building this here, a research was completed. So let's take a look into our tree, come all the way back over where we belong into our settlement screen. And let's see. We could go straight for home appliances. Yeah, I think we may as well do that. What is gonna stop us other than not having green science? That is what we just researched. So let's take a look. Green research requires 4 electronics, 4 sulfur, and 3 blue science to produce every 60 seconds 1 green science. So that is quite a drastic requirement there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with electronics, and we're gonna plop a whole row of them down over here. We will need a bunch, so we're just gonna slap them down for right now. And then we will see if we need to upgrade any of our production facilities. That is basically the best thing to do, in my opinion, at least. So we're gonna plop them down. Looks like we have a nice row right there. I don't think we have enough power coming over here though. No, we do not. So I'm just gonna build it all the way back to here because we need it over there later anyway, so might as well do it preemptively. And let's take a look in our production overview. We are running a little bit low on iron, so let's build a couple more iron mines as well. Just right here and another one right there. And that should take care of that problem. It's literally that simple. And now that we have that, our home appliances research is also completed. Now we need to get into something that requires green science. So, I don't know. Let's do concrete roads. Concrete roads are better than the current gravel roads that we have right here. Gravel roads are good and fine, but definitely not as quick and as efficient as concrete roads. And now that we have all these here built, we can see this whole colony of trucks coming down with copper ore, which is required by our electronics factories. That is quite a sight, not gonna lie. Look at that thing. That's actually quite crazy. Gotta love to look at it. Now all of our electronics factories are actually working. They're all satisfied. They are all getting the resources they need. I think we should build another road. So we're gonna come just out of somewhere like here, and we're gonna come something with a diagonal all the way over to here. Just like that. And along here, I want to build some production. And onto this road, I think we're just gonna put some home appliance factories, let's say maybe 4 of them. How does that look like? Let's take a look in our production overview. 8.8. 8.8. That seems a little bit low. Oh, is that because we don't have any power? Let's see. Yeah, sure enough, we don't have any power. So let's put down a wind turbine to help with that problem. Just like that. That should work. Actually, it doesn't. Not without a power pole. Yeah, crazy. But now we're producing more than enough home appliances. Very, very good. So now our electronics factories are delivering the electronics over to our home appliance factories. And then the home appliances will get delivered to our habitats down here, which should then be able to upgrade eventually to level 3s. Wonderful. When we take a look into the city level overview, we need 300 level 3 citizens before we can upgrade. So that will definitely get us started on that. That's just great. And I think it is also time that we are taking care of our green science. So let's build, let's say 1, 2, 3 of those, half as many as we have blue ones, just across the road. That should make it as efficient as possible. I hope at least. Yeah, that may not be the best idea. We have quite a traffic congestion right here, right now. We may have to do that differently. Yes, and I will do it differently. I'm gonna get rid of them. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a road. And we're gonna come out of here just before the blue science. We're gonna come all the way over to here. And then we're gonna come back in just before our research station over here. Our research lab, that's what it's actually called. And then we're just gonna build our science factories over on this side. That, I think, makes a hell of a lot more sense. And we're gonna build 3 of them, just like that. And now I hope the cars should not, or the trucks, better to say, should not get into each other's way as much as they did before. Of course, we once again have a power issue. So let's make sure we get that taken care of. Just like that. And that should solve that issue. Wonderful. Now looking at the speed of our research, I think 3 of them are not enough. I think we need to build 3 more, just to be safe. Let's build 3 more. Take a look in our production overview. We are a little bit low on home appliances. Home appliances? Well, let's build 1 more of those as well, I guess. Just to make sure everybody's satisfied, just like that. But we are not running low on anything else. That is great. That's what that should look like. And something else that I just realized is here in the top right. Not enough power in network 2. I was like, what the hell is network 2? Ha! This over here is network 1, and this over here is network 2. They are actually not connected together, and therefore they count separately. Isn't that interesting? So let's see if we can change that. Yep, just like that. Now it should be 1 big network. and we are now producing more energy than we are consuming. That is what that should look like basically at all times. And we may actually plop down one more of those here with a 100% efficiency, just like right there. Well, maybe not exactly there. Let's get rid of it. Let's put it right there, and that should work. And now we have plenty of power. And now it looks very odd, doesn't it? Now we can't get rid of this one. We can't get rid of this one. This one here we still need, I believe. Or do we? Let's see. Can I get rid of it without destroying anything? Yep, that works. Already a hell of a lot better. Wonderful. And we just completed the research for concrete roads. So let's see what we can do next. We have one-way roads, improved wind turbine blades, or solar panels. Solar panels, solar power plant. Maybe having a second source of energy? Yeah, let's go for that. Second source of energy never hurts. But now to the concrete roads. Is there a way in this game that I can upgrade the roads? Replace a road? Yes, I can, and it costs barely anything. Look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna start just around here, see what that looks like. Okay, so they're in a darker color. And I don't see a reason why we shouldn't immediately upgrade everything. Oh, you can see the difference. Oh, look at how these cars here are zooming compared to the ones that are going along the normal one. Let's upgrade these here as well. And they actually disappear. And look, as the moment they touch this road here, they immediately speed up drastically. So, okay, yeah, that's a no-brainer. I'm gonna go along and I'm gonna upgrade every single piece of road, and then we will be right back. And here we are back. Wonderful, look at this. Every single piece of a road in our base has been replaced by concrete. And the trucks and the cars are just zooming along. That is increasing our efficiency quite drastically, I would say. Wonderful, I love to see it. I wonder if there are any bigger or better roads. But I think so, because number 1 is gravel, number 2 is right here. What's the number 3? A highway. And the number 4, a super highway. Oh, I can't wait to unlock those. I want to see those things flying. Currently, we are not producing enough electronics, so we need to build some more electronics factories. So I'm just gonna expand them up this road right here. We're just gonna build a handful more, that should be fine. We still have plenty of resources available. All we need is power in the general direction. And also that is not a big problem. We're just gonna build another. Well, actually, we just unlocked a solar power plant. Let me get rid of this menu and let's take a look at it. It costs us 200 and 100 steel and it produces 50 megawatts. Okay. And the wind turbine? Only 50 concrete and 20 megawatts? That's a horrible price to value ratio. Well, I'm gonna build one at least anyways, just so we have it. I think the only benefit is that you can plop many right beside each other. But I mean, the wind turbine is definitely a much better value for the price. There's no question about it. I mean, that is not even a discussion worth. But I'm gonna build one to see what it looks like. Oh, look at this. It has like windshield wipers built in to get the sand and the dust off the solar panels and keep the efficiency high. Oh, I like that idea. Very well done, developers. I like that a lot. Wonderful. That's great. But of course, we also need to select a new research. We only have 2 left that we can choose from. One-way roads or improved wind turbine blades. So we're gonna go for the wind turbine blades, see what that does. I believe it decreases the radius that these here need. So let's take a look what that currently looks like. So these here are smack dab together, right beside each other. So once that is researched, I think this circle here should shrink. That should be the only difference. I don't think it gives us any more power or anything. Oh, but look at our habitats. Our first level 3 habitats have arrived. They have now enough home appliances in here to actually be upgraded. And the more we deliver, the more upgraded ones we get. And we're starting to increase our level 3 citizens so we can actually get to the level 3 and unlock more research. Wonderful. And the improved wind turbines are now unlocked as well. Let's start the last piece here, the one-way roads. Might as well while we are at it. And let's take a look if I was right. Yes, see how much it shrunk. These 2 touched just a minute ago. Now they're nice and apart and we can actually squeeze another one somewhere into here without much harm. All we have to do is connect it with one of those. And now we increased our total power to 270 megawatts and we're only using 181.5. And here we have it, the city leveled up. Congrats, your city just reached level 3. You unlocked new technologies to research. So I would say let's take a look at that immediately. Here we have large buildings, aluminum mining, power substations, motors, 4-lane roads. All of that sounds very interesting, not gonna lie. Power substations. Integrate substations into your power network so you won't have to supply every building with power poles. Now, considering how broken the power poles are, that may be something that may be quite interesting. We also can get us some aluminum, which we then need apparently for computers. Large buildings, large mines, highways, trains. I don't even know where to start. I feel like I want to get 4-lane roads. That would be pretty cool to have like a main road with 4 lanes going through the base. But also power. Yeah, let's go with the power substations. Let's start with that. I think our roads are pretty clear right now. So yeah, we're gonna do that right away and then see what happens with that. Something else that we need is we're constantly low on blue signs. So I'm just gonna build a road, of course, made out of concrete, along here. And we're gonna come back here behind it. And we're gonna build another row of those stations right behind it. We may have to move some stuff around here with the power poles, but that should not be that big of a deal either. Let's see how many we can fit there without doing anything. Probably not a hell of a lot. Let's see, 2. We can't build a 3rd. We can't build a 4th. So we're gonna move this stuff here just a little bit out of the way. Thankfully, there's a move it tool directly built into the game, so we don't have to mess around with that. Gonna come along here, and we're just gonna build 6 more of those. Then we're gonna come with our road over and give it another connection in, so our carbon doesn't have to come all the way around, and it's just overall a little bit more efficient. That is the idea. Then we're gonna take another look at our production overview, and we are way low on carbon. Okay, so we need to definitely do something about that immediately. I think I'm just gonna build another road straight out, and we're gonna do something very similar than we did on the other side. We're just gonna build another row over here, and we're gonna fill this space here up. Let's see how many we actually need. Let's see, 1 and 2 right here fit, and that is not enough. Not even close, as a matter of fact. So we're gonna get rid of this power pole here. Well, we're not gonna get rid of it. We're just gonna move it out of the way. Let's see, does it still provide power to where we need power? Yes, it barely does, but that is good enough for me. And then back here, more atmospheric processors. We're just gonna slap down another 3. That should now be plenty. Wonderful. That is what that should look like. And we have just completed the research for the power substation. So let's see what that thing looks like. Okay, so it is a rather large building that needs to be hooked up to the power grid. But then it provides, oh my, look at this. It provides power to such a huge area. Okay, so if I build it right here, let's build 1. And then we should be able to get rid of all of these here. If that is correct, nothing should break. Well, I actually don't need a single one of those. All of these it can go, because the power substation is straight connected to the power network through our turbine. So all of these here can go. We're going to get a little bit of concrete back. Not that it matters, but now it looks a hell of a lot cleaner, and we are still providing power to everything. Yeah, that is a much better mousetrap. I love it. That's how that should look like. And after a tiny little bit of reconstruction, this here is what our base now looks like. Much fewer power poles. We are definitely looking a hell of a lot more efficient already. And when I zoom in here, these trucks here are just stacking up all along here. So I think what we definitely need next is 4-lane roads. We're gonna make these here 4-lane roads, and hopefully that should ease the traffic here just a little bit. So that will be the general idea. So let's get that researched and see what happens when that is done. Also right here, 4-lane roads probably wouldn't hurt. Probably would not. And I'm not sure why the entrance is now here on the back either. So yeah, there's that. And we just unlocked those 4-lane roads. So let's test those out immediately. In concrete, of course. And we're gonna click on upgrade. And let's replace these roads here with 4 lanes and see what happens. Of course, we need to move our buildings around just a little bit potentially, but that's not a big deal. So we're gonna upgrade them all, kind of like this here. And now we just need to find a little bit of a better spot for this here. Let's see, how can we move this here so it works? Kind of like this. And then this one here comes one piece over. Not quite as beautiful, but definitely just as functional. And that should hopefully ease the traffic right here. But I'm gonna upgrade a bunch of stuff all around the base and see what that looks like afterwards. And now after just a tiny little bit of messing around with the roads, a few of them look a little bit janky, but it does certainly work. We are having our entire base upgraded to 4-lane roads. At first, I didn't mean to do that, but while I was at it, I was like, you know what, screw it. Why not completely future-proof the living crap out of that thing? So I did exactly that. Every single piece of road is now a concrete 4-lane road, and all those traffic problems that we had up here a second ago are now just a tiny little whisper in the past. Now we need to select a new research, and I think it's time to start aluminum mining. Not sure what we're going to use it for yet, but might as well take a look. Where do we have aluminum, and how the hell do we get there? How do we get up there? I'm honestly not entirely sure how we get up there. Can I just build a road up there? Is that how that works? Is that literally that easy? No, that would be too easy, wouldn't it be? Yeah, I'm not entirely sure how to get up there. Where else do we have aluminum? Let's take a look around the map. Really, the only halfway viable aluminum ore mine I can find is up here. So we need to get up there. So let's just give it a shot. Let's build some curved roads. Let's make it a 4-lane road. And then let's see if we can somehow build a road up there. Kind of like right there, maybe. No, that's too steep, isn't it? How do we get up there? I guess we will have to do something else. Let's get rid of what we have here. And let's come out of right there and see if we can kind of curve our way up there. Maybe something like this. Maybe come over to here. And let's see, can we somehow get up there? Build over here. And then now we should be able to come straight. Yeah, here we go. Nope, still not. Come on. Here we go. Yeah, that's a hell of a lot better. And then we just can already build some mines, potentially, some aluminum mines. We're just gonna plop them up here. Oh, those are tiny. Look at those things. Yeah, we can literally put one right here, another one right there, maybe something like this. A third one, and a fourth one, and directly a fifth one. And now we just gotta get a road there somehow. So let's see how we're gonna do that. We're gonna come down here. We're gonna come all the way over to here, maybe. And then all the way over to there, and then come off of here just so this one here gets the connection as well. But now we gotta move this one here so it works. Yeah, that should get the job done. And just like that, we have everything that we need. And of course, we will need some wind up here, some wind power. So we're gonna build, how about 1, 2, and 3 of our turbines. And we're gonna connect them all together. And then we're gonna build a power substation just so we cover everything. And just like that, we are producing aluminum. Isn't that wonderful? Now let's head into the research. And before we end this episode, I think we should research one more thing. But what should we research? Computers, large buildings. What do we need to upgrade to level 4? Let's take a look. We need computers and parks. So we can basically choose between the two or go a different route down here with the highways, which would definitely also be interesting. But I think for right now, we're gonna go for large buildings. I want to see what those parks here look like in space. And yeah, I think we have upgraded our base quite drastically. It looks a hell of a lot nicer. And we are still not even all the way up to level 3 habitats all the way through, which is quite crazy. It takes a long time. Or are we actually running low on appliances? Now we are just producing barely more than we need. So it takes some time to get here. We could just produce a few more. For right now, I think we're doing just fine. But yeah, I think that is today's episode. Next time, we're gonna figure out what we're gonna do with our aluminum that we are already mining. We just don't have any use for it yet. But once again, we will figure it out one way or another. So, if you enjoy the content, please subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, and comment down below. What can I do better? What do you think about the game? Let me know. I'm always happy to hear from you. And with that, I say thank you and peace.